Okay, I'm just being silly. This was my school photo taken in October-ish of last year, so just about 7 or 8 months ago. And of course, this is me today. Anyway, I'm just being silly. Thanks, everyone. It's June 15th, and I know it's been like 2 months since my last video, but I try not to do them too often. I try to wait until there's something important to talk about. Usually I do them around, my post-op appointments. So I just had my post-op appointment on Wednesday with my surgeon, and I had a follow-up appointment with my endocrinologist a week ago on Friday. So that's why I waited this long, because I wanted to have both appointments before I talked about anything. So the big deal for seeing the endocrinologist again was to find out how all of my numbers regarding my diabetes have changed since the 3 months since my surgery, because now I'm 3 months post-op. So I have all my paperwork right here that we can go over together. So let's start, shall we? 3 months ago, the last time I saw my endocrinologist, which was the end of February, it was about 18 days before surgery, my A1C was 7.6%. For anybody who's not a diabetic, the way the A1C works, it's the hemoglobin A1C. It's a measurement of how your body utilizes glucose in a 90-day period. For diabetics, it's 6.5% and higher. That's considered diabetic. For pre-diabetes, it's 5.8 to 6.4, and then 5.7 and below is considered non-diabetic. When you're diabetic, they really want you to stay between 6 and 6.5, which is close to 6.4 as possible. They really want you to get under that if you can. Some people can. Some people, they don't take care of themselves very well, so they can't. But I would typically hover in the 6.5 to 6.8 area. When I was first diagnosed with diabetes 3 years ago, my number was 11.5. So it was way off the scale. When I went last time at the end of February, it was 7.6. So it was a little out of control. And all my cholesterol was high. I'll go over that in a little bit. But it was 7.6 when I went last time, well above the diabetic level. When I went on Friday, it was 5.5. And I said to the PA who I see, I asked her, so can I tell people I'm not diabetic anymore? And she said, yeah, why not? Go ahead. So that has been pretty much, that's exactly why I had surgery, not just to lose weight, but to really get healthy and take care of the diabetes and have that resolve. Because as I said in my first video, I'd always wanted to have the surgery done, but after my dad passed away from the complications of his diabetes, about 16 months ago, that was really the day that we started buckling down and trying to figure out how to do this. So it's now 5.5. I'm now below diabetic levels, and as long as I take care of myself for the rest of my life, it'll stay there. So you can see right here, I have the proof. Oh, that's terrible lighting. 5.5% right there. Big deal. Yippee. Anyway, let's see. So far, to date, now we're up to about 66 pounds since surgery. Surgeon said I've now lost over 40%, or right at 40% of my excess weight in 3 months. And the same thing with the diabetes. It's resolved in 3 months. And who knows how quickly that actually resolved, because I had to wait 3 months for them to take my A1C again. So it may have been within normal levels, a couple months ago, but, we didn't know. So let's see. Last time, total cholesterol was 236. Not very good. They want you under 200. So last time total cholesterol was 236. This time 177. Thank you very much. My HDL, which is the high density lipoprotein, it's the good cholesterol, was 54, which is good. This time it was 48. It went down, which it needs to go back up, but she told me that typically when the bad one comes down, the good one comes down too, and it'll all work itself out a little later. Last time the LDL was 141. And when you're diabetic, they want you under 100. When you're non-diabetic, I think they want you under 120, something like that. So it was 111 last time. So they still think it's high, but any other doctor I would talk to would say, okay, that's 111, that's fine. My triglycerides last time was 207. not great. Triglycerides this time, 92. 92. Yeah, 92. And of course my blood pressure, 116/68, which is just amazing because in the last couple of years I've been running in the 140s and the 90s and the high 80s and crap like that. So that's not good. But this right here, these numbers here, the A1C, I can't point backwards, the A1C and all of my cholesterol numbers, this, you know, whatever, I'm such a spaz. This is why I had surgery. This is what that was for. Big freaking deal. BFD, as our vice president would say, although he would say the whole word. Anyway, about 66 pounds now, 40% of my excess body weight. We're only 3 months out. Things are, you know, just getting started. I think I mentioned in my last video that I was able to wear the size 20 at Old Navy without having to order it online, which was huge, or not huge, depending on how you look at it. And so I went in, after a couple of weeks, my size 20s were starting to get a little big, and I went in and put on the 18s, and I had a little too much muffin top to really work those. So I left them alone. But then a couple weeks later, we were at Academy, and I saw some shorts, and they had a size 18. I was like, well, let me try these on, and they fit really well. Went ahead and bought them. Came home and decided, well, since I'm a size 18 now, it's time to break out my old banquet dress from my sophomore and senior year of high school. My mom made this dress for me, and I absolutely loved it. It's beautiful burgundy, strapless number, gorgeous dress. Just my favorite that next to my prom dress, one of my favorite dresses she's ever made for me. And so favorite, I wore it twice. And that was based on a size 18 pattern. So we came home from dinner that night, and I had my husband help me zip it up, and it looked fantastic. And I wasn't even wearing any of my special underwear, you know, my Spanx, strapless bra, nothing like that. I was just wearing my regular underwear. Threw the dress on, and it looked wonderful. So at that point, I had to call my mom and tell her, Mom, please fix my prom dress, because my prom dress ripped on the night of prom, just from, you know, dancing and stuff, not anything else. So it's been sitting in a closet for 10 years, and it hasn't been fixed. So she sewed it up for me and brought it to my house and I put that on, and it just looks great. It's so exciting to be finally back to the weight and the size that I was when I graduated high school, which was one of my goals that I wanted to get to. So another goal that I got to recently was, there's this specific bra from Lane Bryant that I always loved to wear. They don't make it anymore, but they make one that's similar to it, and I can finally wear that one again, because they stopped making it at like a size 44, and I was like a 46, 48 for a while. But now I can wear it in a 42, 44 based on, depending on what fabric it's made out of. So that was another like non-scale victory that I was hoping to get to, and I'm there, you know. My weight, my actual number of my weight is 247.2. As of yesterday, I forgot to weigh myself today, but 247, so I'm under 250, which is another huge deal. I haven't been there in about 10 years, I guess. Haven't been at that point. Looks like my BMI has gone, okay, they wrote 80, which is not true from my last appointment, but it's currently 37.6, and I think when I had surgery, it was like 48. So my BMI has dropped 10 points, and it's amazing. I really thought I had more stuff to talk about, but I think I really blew through a lot of it. So I'll just spend the rest of the video posting pictures of what I look like nowadays in my banquet and prom dresses, just so everybody can share in how beautiful these dresses are. And my prom dress my mom made for me as well. So these are two dresses that my mom sewed on her own out of a pattern that was based on a size 18, which is really where I am now. So I really thought that this was going to be a longer video, and husband just walked in the other room, gave me a funny look, and I guess I kind of overestimated the importance of all of this, or at least the time that it would take. So anyway, I don't see the doctor again for another 3 months, so I don't plan on waiting that long before I do another video. I'm sure it'll be a little bit sooner than that as more weight comes off. So anyway, that was all, and thanks for watching. Okay, so a couple of things that I did forget to mention. What was so important about wearing Academy shorts is that Academy has always run really tiny. Like, their size 18 may as well be like a size 16 or whatever. The other one is, as far as my visits with the endocrinologist go, She told me that I don't have to come every 3 months anymore, which was a big pain in the butt because I have to take off work and get a substitute and yada yada yada, so I hate having to do that. So she said I don't have to come back for another 6 months, so I could schedule that during Christmas break, and that even at that point, after that, I can probably just start following up with my primary care physician instead of having to go back to see them anymore. So one of the things that was on my little list of non-scale victories was being off diabetic meds, which I got to meet that goal, the day I left the hospital. But the other one was, being non-diabetic, which I've met, and then not needing the visits anymore, because that just takes up so much of my time, having to, schedule the absences and whatnot. It's so great that I don't have to worry about it anymore. And at least in 6 months, like I said, I'll be on Christmas break. I'll have the time to go in. I don't have to take the time off of work, which is just amazing. So I think that that's all that I forgot to talk about. So, and it wasn't a lot. But anyway, bye.